These things scare me, scare me, scare me. Maybe I just close my eyes and hide.
How's it going, everyone? Ross Bernhardt here at the CHARGED.fm magazine studios in Dumbo, Brooklyn. I'm real excited today. We've got a California band that's really up and coming. They are New Beat Fun. Yeah! All the way from LA. We've got Michael, Jeff, Shelby, and Paul, but you guys also have sort of nicknames that are hilarious. So, if you will, please share with me those monikers.
Well, it's pretty obvious. My name is Silky.
I go by Snaps.
I go by Bernie Baker, the Hitmaker.
I go by Button.
What's
Awesome.
yours?
What's mine?
Yeah.
Jeez, my name is Ross, so everyone just calls me Rick Ross.
There you go.
A lot of the time.
Done.
I mean,
Got it, Ross.
just Ross.
Ross. So it's just
Oh,
R-A-W.
Oh yeah, you gotta get the ounce.
Yeah.
Right.
That's good.
So,
It sounds like you have.
And it's simple. Oh yeah, high school it started, and then it never kind of just always faded away. So
There you go.
But not to put the focus on me. We're here to talk about you guys. So
Oh.
what exactly is G-Punk? I see that you list that as your genre and G-Punkz and all that kind of stuff. But what kind of describe to me what that is in a sense?
Well, being from California, it's a melting pot of like things like hip hop and punk rock and like 60s psychedelic rock and stuff, and like the San Francisco scene. But it's really like a derivative from G-Funk, which is like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and just like West Coast punk rock. We kind of just mash it up, and that's how we got the name.
Yeah, like growing up in Southern California, I mean, you kind of had to have like Dr. Dre records, your Tupac records, as well as like your Blink-182 records, and your punk rock records, and no effects. So like basically, they're kind of like as a kid growing up, you kind of had those two genres side by side. And then by the late '90s, then you had fucking Limp Bizkit coming out, and then it was hitting. And yeah, man. So I mean, but we're like influenced by so many different genres and stuff. So
It's pretty eclectic in general.
yeah, that was just our fun label for it.
Right. So is that do you kind of see just punk in general kind of changing or anything like that from what it used to be, or the idea of kind of what punk music can be?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, punk is not like necessarily like a sound, but like a mentality. I felt like rock and roll kind of turned to punk, and punk's kind of like just a way you like, I guess, it's like attitudes.
Yeah. I think for me, it's kind of like a DIY attitude, just like kind of doing your own thing type of deal.
Yeah.
I definitely think like modern punk or whatever has changed a bit musically though. It's kind of more like hardcore. Nothing that we grew up on, really.
Yeah.
Sometimes screaming, people like associate like you have to scream punk rock.
Or you have to.
Real fast paced,
Yeah. Which I mean, that's what it was. That's what it started. But
Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
It's off on the fly.
But yeah, man, I think it's just an attitude. It's like what you talk about, what you say, how you perform, all that shit.
Like to us, like Tupac's punk rock. So
Yeah.
he's
It's also dead.
yeah, he's also there.
But so you kind of already mentioned just a few of the bands that kind of influenced you along the way. Who do you think were the biggest kind of influencers when you were young growing up and kind of thinking, hey, maybe I want to play music?
Chili Peppers, big. Beastie Boys, Blink for sure.
Blink, yeah.
I mean, between all of us, there's so many.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's tough. Like
It's like-
even like classics, like
Shania Twain.
yeah.
Like Shania, like damn.
I fell in love with music to the Neil Diamond Christmas album.
Yeah.
Nice.
Will Smith, Big Willie style.
Just a Will Smith theme song in general is kind of what got me into hip hop.
So you guys have had a pretty big year so far. Oh yeah, that too.
Big what?
Deck.
Oh, deck, yeah.
Yeah.
Huge decks.
Big decks.
Yeah.
Decks on decks on decks.
Yeah.
But you guys have had a pretty big 2013 so far. You dropped the Coins EP.
Yep.
What's the reception been like for that since that came out in July?
It's actually been kind of a whirlwind year. We did everything ourselves for this EP, recorded it, wrote it, produced it, mixed it, everything. And just kind of were giving it away for free at shows and stuff like that, and then like we started getting some radio play, and then like labels started coming around, and
I saw you guys were with Red Bull Records now,
yeah.
some of them.
Yeah, and then things just kind of keep building and building, and for us it's just every show we play, we get our music to more people, and we have more fans. It just kind of keeps steamrolling down.
Yeah, I mean, we put out an honest EP, that's what we do, and people honestly like it, so. And we just hope that it grows more, you know?
And being like a new band, and especially being like from LA, it's hard to get people just to listen to you, you know?
Yeah.
So there's so many musicians and bands and with the internet these days, so we just want people to hear it first, come to the show and, you know, see what we're doing and if they vibe with us.
Yeah.
So it's more like, yeah, check us out, like, we don't want people to pay for it right now, we just want them to hear it, so
Yeah.
it's kind of what we went for.
Yeah. And you really can't ask for much more than to put it out there and for them people to like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Build from there.
Exactly.
And luckily, even though we have signed with the label, they've been cool enough to let us keep giving it away for free.
Yeah.
We don't maybe agree with this model, but we'll let you keep going with it.
I mean,
This isn't gonna fly forever.
It's been huge for us because I mean it's kind of like our musical like flyer for people to promote our band. So
Yeah.
it's been amazing.
That's awesome. And you guys did Warped Tour this year.
Yeah,
we did
the whole Warped Tour.
Yes.
We survived the Warped Tour.
I think, but sure.
Yeah.
How many cities was that? Because I mean,
40 shows.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually started out. This is kind of how our year has been going. We started out with like 3 weeks of Warped Tour, and then like towards the end of that 3 weeks, we found out that we got the whole Warped Tour.
Mhm.
So it's been kind of like the past 6 months or so. It's just been a plethora of good news for us, which is awesome.
Yeah, we have the Blink dates,
Yeah.
which are like a dream come true. for
Yeah.
us.
What's that been like? The tour, because it only started last week,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, we're like 4 shows in now. Every show's just been amazing. Kids have been great. Venues are the biggest we've ever played. So like we walked into an arena. With
Yeah, the Mohegan Sun show was like a trip. We were late, first off, so running into like the arena and just being like,
Yeah, we thought it was gonna take us like 2 hours to get there. It turns out it took us like 4 or 5.
5 like hours like with traffic and stuff. But it was crazy, man. It's like, what are we doing in a room this big? Like,
Right. To go from like just putting out a 6-song EP to
Yeah,
opening
exactly.
for Blink-182.
Well, also, we had played Connecticut on Warped Tour.
Okay.
So for us, we were going out to this arena. We're like, oh my god, this could be like brutal if they don't like us. And we walked out. And we were like, oh, new beat funk, we love you. We're like,
yeah.
I was confused. I was like, wait, am I in the right place? Like,
That's
you know us?
That's been a surprise at times. Is like people are just discovering us, like even just by noticing that we were touring with Blink before they'd even like seen us live or anything, or seen us on Warped Tours, like kind of discovering it organically, which has been really cool.
Yeah.
And when we come to the shows, we actually have like a lot of fans that already know us. So.
These things scare me, scare me,